What it do, YouTube? It's your boy Blackie Stone, and I am back with another video. Guys, we're back active in the crafting room. What we have here is a Scully. It's a beanie. It's getting a little cold outside, so I figured I'd make some work hats for myself. This particular beanie has a 2-inch cuff, maybe 2¼ inch cuff, and I'm going to show you how we're going to embroider right on that 2-inch cuff successfully. And if I had to do multiple hats like this and I want the exact placement was important, this is how you're going to do it. So first step, guys, when I'm doing my hats is I like to turn these hats inside out. That way I'm not going to forget. Right now, again, we have a 2-inch surface right here on the beanie to embroider on. A couple of supplies I will be needing is this mesh stabilizer that I purchased off of Amazon, and my frame that I'm going to be using is a frame from Mighty Hoops. It's actually a 5.5 Mighty Hoop. This is with the standard. If you were to get the introduction to the Mighty Hoops, this is what you would get, the 5.5. You can actually get a smaller hoop, and I wish I did. Sometime in the future I may go ahead and make that purchase. What I'm going to do, I'm going to use that along with some water soluble. The water soluble is just an added stabilizer that actually dissolves in water. It's water based. So let's get started by cutting some pieces out. I need 8x9. 8 inches wide, 9 inches tall, and I'm gonna have some extra stabilizer, and that's okay, guys. That's gonna be okay. What I can do is use it on a different project. You just basically have to get creative with it. The mesh stabilizer goes on the bottom. Let's go ahead and put that in. And what I'm going to do is take off 1 inch, because I really don't want this overhang, right? And because when you put it on the hat, you want it to go on smooth. So let's take off 1 inch off the side. Waist, yes, I know, but it's not that much of a waste. Okay, so we got it on the hoop. Let's close down these flaps, and probably could have made it into 10 inches, but that's fine. Make it tighter on the bottom, because we're going to be pushing up whenever we put the hat on. So we have our hat. Let's put the that mesh stabilizer away. We have our hat turned inside out. What we're going to do is take over our ruler, that 1-inch ruler. It would be good if we had maybe like a 4-inch ruler, but we're going to use this 1-inch ruler, and we're just using it as a straight edge to make sure that whenever we load on the hat, and the second hat is positioned in the exact same space. So what I'm going to do is line up the border or the edge of the hat with the ruler. Take the ruler out the way, cut off a piece of water soluble. I have a piece here that I already pre-cut. So let's put this back in the bag. Remember, you don't want your water-based stabilizer just sitting out because it will dry up. Okay. So I'm gonna do another hat after this, guys, but remember we got 1 inches, right? So what I'll do is measure 2 inches. Get our ruler. Let's go 4 inches, just to be careful, just to be safe. Let me tell you why. Because a lot of times when you put the water soluble down or the extra fabric, this Mighty Hoop system is a magnet system. So you have your mesh material, mesh stabilizer, water stabilizer, and boom, goes right down just like that. Pull it off and your frame goes inside of your embroidery machine. Let's get some light over here, guys. Don't think we can see. Make sure we can see. Yep. Alright, so the edge is right here. So that gives us a benchmark, right? We got our design loaded up. Press OK. Lock it. And now we can make our adjustments. Got it zeroed. So it's going down, right? We need to come up a little bit further. Once you get this adjustment, guys, you don't have to do it again. You don't want to go off the edge. You want it to be exactly right on the edge. So let's get our pen. Okay, we can come down just a little bit further. All right. So the big question is, we loaded this in, right? We have our design. Do we flip the design or do we just go ahead and hit embroider? We go ahead and hit embroider. We do not want to flip our design because we already turned the hat inside out, folded down the flaps, and there's no need to flip the design if you do it that way. So what we're going to do is just go ahead and hit start. And I would say not real fast, but a matter of I probably could have went up a little bit further. There's a 2-section to this. You have your 2 boxes and then words at the bottom. I don't want the words on the bottom. I just want my company name. The company that I work for. And you can see the puckering. This stabilizer on the bottom, the stabilizer on the top. is actually helping the design not to pucker. It's been a long time since the last time I've embroidered on a beanie. I almost forgot. I actually had to review some of my notes. And this happens sometimes, right? Sometimes we forget. So we have to write down our notes. We got to jot down our notes. And as this is embroidering, guys, I'm going to go ahead and talk to you. What really got me back into embroidery or my crafting was I received a visitor that wanted me to, do some work for him and his company. Embroider on a hat, a beanie actually, along with a hoodie. And I knew he was coming over. Saw him pull into the driveway. The first thing that he asked me was, "Hey bro, how's your mental health?" And when he said that, guys, it really touched me, because never really had anybody ask me how my mental health was. They normally ask me, how am I doing, right? And that's what I basically do. I just ask people how they're doing, and don't think anything of it. It's like one of those things that you ask automatic. But this question that he asked me was intentional, and it touched me. It allowed me to meditate on what he said, on what I need to do in the future, especially when I'm talking to my friends, when I'm talking to my family, and sometimes my coworkers, because you have to understand, and I'm sure you do agree, that we are living in stressful times, and some of us are dealing with sickness. Some of us are dealing with death. Some of us are dealing with loss of work, and we really don't know what to do. We're answerless, right? And so sometimes that affects our mental health. So what we do, sometimes we tend to overeat, overdrink, or even indulge in drugs, develop a drug habit, and that's the only thing that's accomplishing is bad things, right? Do you not agree? If you agree with that, just put a 1 in the comments, or just comment on what. Just respond to what I just told you, the story that I told you guys. That one comment or that one question that he asked me as far as my mental health helped motivate me to get back into my crafting. So I realized when I craft, it helps with my mental health. It keeps my mind busy. And why do you guys craft? What's the main reason why you guys craft? Write down in the comments why you craft. I'm interested in knowing why you craft, or why you started crafting. So this is coming along, guys. What I'm going to do is let that black stitch out, and I will be back. Let's go. It's your boy. Okay guys, the design is coming along pretty good. It's coming along actually excellent. I'm happy with the results thus far, for what I can see. Working with material like this, when it tends to when you have a satin stitch like the one we're making here around the border, what happens is if you don't frame it up, if you don't hoop it up correctly, when it goes to do the satin stitch, it doesn't line up exactly with the edge of the design. So there's two things you have to make sure. One is you have to make sure that the design or the hat, the material is actually framed up correctly, and you have to make sure your digitization, I'm saying the word all messed up. You have to make sure you digitize it correctly. So far, so good is what I see, guys. Everything is matching up. If this matches up, I believe we're gonna have a really nice result. So as those letters start up, what we'll do is come back after we get the final result. Okay guys, what we have here is pretty much the finishing product. Let's take it over to the table to see if we get the results that we were reaching for. Alright. Like I said, the first hat, after you finish the first hat, if it's correct, then everything afterwards on this entire run, and I'm going to make another hat, is good. So let's take this out the bracket. Water soluble, just tears off. And the mesh material is not tearaway. So I didn't want to use tearaway because of the flimsiness of the material, the hat. So I've had excellent results with this mesh material stabilizer, guys, that I purchased, and I'll make sure that I put a link in the description. Just basically cut this off. I'm still not for sure if I'm getting the results that I wanted. I'm excited. I'm excited to see the results. Okay. This is just extra material that if you're fuel, you can actually use on the next project. But here we have some loose threads. What I like to do is take my big lighter and just fire away, let it burn away. You can use a Bic or slap faster, or you can trim away. I'd rather use the Bic. So here's the design, guys. Remember, we didn't flip it in the embroidery design. We just did it straightforward. Let's flip this inside out to see what we got. And boom, boom. So like I was saying, the stretchy material, we actually could have put the welding experts at the bottom, and I think I'll do that on the next hat. I wasn't for sure if the placement, when I placed it in the embroidery bracket, was good, but as you guys can see, we did an excellent job once again. Sticking to the basics, guys. What helped us was the tools that we had. So yeah, that's it. That's going to just about close out the video, guys. If you haven't already given me a thumbs up, give me a thumbs up by liking the video. Comment below, guys. Let me know how you're liking the point of view camera angle. And if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell notification so that next time we drop another video, hey, you'll be notified and you can watch the video. Guys, we're dropping videos just like this on a regular basis, so don't miss out. That being said, it's your boy, and we're gonna say, like we always say, peace, love, and respect, gang.